welcome to our interview. My name is Cary Dingel. I am the marketing and media tech person here at Plumas Unified School District. And I would like to introduce you to Hélène Monier-Lemnah, who is a teacher for the past 29 years and has been a champion for the arts for a long time, but certainly in the last 10 years. And so I would like to introduce you to Hélène.
Hi, Cary. Thank you.
So Hélène, our first question today for the Take 5 for Arts Ed interview is, what is your first arts experience that you remember?
All right. So if I go back to my early childhood, which I spent in Guadeloupe, which is an island in the French Caribbean, I would be on the beach, drawing pictures on the sand with a stick, making installation art with shells and seaweed, or I would be dancing to music on my parents' vinyls, or making up stories with my dolls and performing them for the family. So those are the earliest memories.
So going forward from there, what is your favorite art form? What do you practice as an artist, and why do you like it?
Well, it's a hard pick between murals and installation art. So right behind me is a mural I made years ago that I'm sharing in my classroom. But I do love installation art, public art. I find it fluid, temporary, very inventive, often socially engaging and engaged, making us think big and bold. So what I love as an arts teacher is creating art with my students' art. So the way I display it, and we do a lot of collective art, and I just have a blast putting their art together.
Why do you value the arts for students? Although we've kind of touched on that already, but.
Okay, so first of all, I think it's just completely natural outlet for self-expression and creativity. It's an alternate way to communicate for students who might be even a little shy or tongue-tied or do not write very fluently, just another way to express their thoughts and feelings. It's a confidence builder. And then, of course, with confidence comes, as we all know, better overall performance, including the academic performance. It's amazing for social, emotional health, particularly as we know the tough times we've gone through. It's just a place for kids to kind of renew their spirits and be encouraged. And I think what's also super important, it's a way to appreciate and connect with other cultures and mindsets. And, as we live in a small rural community in the mountains, I think it's very important that if kids never get to travel much, that through the arts, they can be exposed to other ways of looking at life and other cultures.
So what do you do to make a place for the arts in your sphere of influence here in the district, and maybe, even further into your own life?
Right. So, I have been a classroom teacher for much of my career. So I've always incorporated I made a point every year to incorporate all forms of art in my teaching, whether it's visual art, theater, dance, music, even if it's just singing. And now for the last 10 years, I have been focused more on arts, more formally integrating the arts in the core subjects, where the students can show their knowledge of the core subject via an artistic expression. So I have had just a blast expanding that, not just in my own classroom, but inspiring my colleagues to do that. So whether it's informally or actually, our district has given me opportunities to do some professional development for my colleagues. So that has been great. So yes, a local champion for the arts, addressing board members about the importance of not just having arts in our district, but offering equitable access to the arts in all our communities. And I think we're still very much working on that. And then, of course, collaborating with the Gen Ed teachers to make sure that as much as possible, what I teach when the students come to my arts classes, that it would be connected to what they're learning in Gen Ed. So we've had fun doing some of that, whether with math, social studies, science.
So what advice would you give to an upcoming leader at your site or in a greater or larger organization, say the district or the county.
Right.
What advice would you have for someone coming up in this?
Well, number one, I would just tell all of them, make sure you practice art yourself, whether it's digging out your guitar and singing at home, or just to use the arts and the power of the arts in your own life. Because many of us, way back when, we used to dance, we used to draw, but we've gotten too busy to do that. So just to use it personally. For principals, I would say by all means provide time for arts and core subject teachers to collaborate so that students can experience genuine arts integration. And also provide time for professional development in arts integration. And nowadays we have, if it cannot be done locally, there's so many things online. So just kind of providing time, making it a priority. At the district level, I would say, well, of course, money, make sure that there is a robust budget for the arts. And also ensure that the students from all the communities actually receive equitable arts education. And for the teachers, to provide part of the budget can even be to provide subscriptions to great online resources. And I think for rural counties, that's really important because we don't have all the artists in residence and all the live trainers that large cities might have. Now, when I think of local organization, I think, for instance, we have a very strong county arts commission for Plumas Arts. And so for them to continue and expand their collaboration with the school district so they can train more, we call them artists in the school or artists in residence, so that those artists could also understand the art standards for California and make sure that their projects are aligned with those standards. They can also create opportunities for students to attend the exhibits, meet the local artists. So just in general, just to strengthen the bonds between the students and the local artists. And I think it's very powerful for students to see that, whoa, you can take the arts into your adulthood, whether it's a hobby or it's actually a way to make a living.
Well, thank you for your thoughts today, Helen.
Yes, thank you, Cary. And I do want to say, I know it wasn't one of the questions, but I am so grateful for what some of our large districts and our large arts regions do for us rural counties, because there is so much that is provided, and free lessons and free resources that are designed by those larger districts that are made available to all of us. So, we're part of a larger community, and that's also what our administration and our teachers need to realize, is that there is a lot out there in California that is being done to promote the arts.